Connected off another
Welcome to this week's episode of Reals&Feels. I'm your host, T Greasy, with my co-host,
Hello.
and our producer extraordinaire,
C Major.
Shout out to Blue Haze as always. Thank you for all you do for the audio representation. The audio sounds so much better than the video. It really does. Whatever Blue Haze does to the audio is amazing. Because when I'm editing the video and I'm like, man, I should probably touch up our. No, I ain't got that kind of time.
Never mind.
I ain't got that kind of time, and I ain't got that kind of patience. I ain't even gonna hold you. But shout out to Blue Haze if for those of you who still listen to the audio representation of the podcast, it really sounds amazing. So thank you, Blue Haze, for all that you do. All right, it is Mother's Day. My mom is here. Just exchanged gifts right before we started recording. She's been. I hate. Since it's all women down here, we have to do something for ourselves, right? The kids are a little too young to do anything. There's only one of our kids here, and he had plans, and I'm never going to hold anybody hostage to Mother's Day. Mother's Day is Mother's Day. I love that we celebrate our parents on their individual days, but it's never a situation where I'm like, you got to do something for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing. If you just a simple call, simple text, whatever, I'm cool. But I did want to I want to throw something on the grill. I miss those, just impromptu, real quick, throw something on the grill. So talk to moms about it. Talk to T-Boom. They're coming over a little bit later. A couple of other family members that are also down here coming over later. Just started seasoning and marinating some steaks on Friday. So they're going to have a good 48-hour nice seasoning and marinade session. Mom is hooking up a salad and some cake, and Gerasmo's contributing, and got people bringing over drinks and what have you. So it's going to be, chill, real chill, but a good celebration, I think. And the way we space it out as far as my prep versus cook, because see, Major, I don't know about you, but if you have the opportunity to prep your meats ahead of time, do you do that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially because what'll happen with especially with Lisa's side of the family, because they know how I get down. It's like, I mean, that is crazy. Oh, I was not even aware. Wow. But they will they'd be like, hey, I just so happened to be at Sam's or BJ's, and they sell 2 packs of ribs in the package. So like if I get that on an off day, I only plan on cooking one or whatever. I get to get both together, put the other Joan up or whatever, and get it together. Or the off day, like usually the night before, because I stay up late, I'll get what I want to do for dinner that following day together. Let get as much time as possible.
Yeah.
And try to, and then the unraveling when you look at it again, when you bring it back out. Yeah, I'm all in now.
Yeah,
you bring it back out, whip it out. You see there's been stewing in that wonderful goodness. You change the color of the meat and whatever seasonings you apply, rubbed it down. And then a lot of times, because the salt that you put on it will bring out the moisture too. So I'm really just doing this for T's faces at this point. I'm just
what?
I'm running out of buttons to push.
What am I supposed to push? I'm with you though. If you could get to your meats early and get them rubbed up, seasoned up, and sitting in a container so they can just absorb all that goodness, then you have very short work the day of grilling. All you gotta do is apply heat. So that's what I plan on doing. All my meats are soaked and ready, and we're just gonna apply some heat later on today. So that's what's going on. Oh, this week I mentioned in the Patreon episode that it was the first time in a while that I felt like we needed a man in the house. It was just Gerasmo and I in the house, and and our landscaper discovered a snake in the backyard. Our landscaper, let's call him Manny. Manny texts Gerasmo and says, "You got one snake is danger." Okay, with a picture of said snake. And we're just gonna say English is not Manny's first language.
For sure. For sure.
So that's why the message was very direct to the point. And when she saw the message, we looked outside and realized there was a portion of the backyard that was untouched.
Mm.
And Manny said, "Fuck that. I don't know. I think I know what kind of snake that is. We're staying away from that corner." So he took a picture, sent it in. I I didn't worry about it initially because it was one of those things. Like, I know there are venomous snakes in Georgia. That's not unheard of. It's not uncommon. My concern was, Gerasmo was up all night. Let me back up. Gerasmo was up all night. Soon as she got the text, now she's Googling. She's trying to get the image in Google to see what kind of snake it is. She's learning about snake habitat. She's learning about what they eat. She's learning about what they want. She knows everything about every snake by the time I get up in the morning. Because she's been up all night studying, like she had a report on snakes due at 9 a.m. for class, right? My thought process was, okay, it's in the backyard. Let's not go outside.
Let's not the answer to that. I don't need to be back there.
I don't need to be back there. But I did think, I said, 9 times out of 10, they come in, they see some food, they're on attack, they get it, they digest. It's going to take them like a day or two to digest, and they'll be on their way. Right? Or maybe just 12 hours. I don't know. I don't. By this time, Gerasmo has all the facts. I'm just guessing off of a couple of National Geographic shows I recalled. And my memory's not the greatest, so I'm like, odds are this snake will be gone by the time we wake up in the morning. I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to pay a company to come out here and look for a snake that just came by to eat and strolled on to their business. Went on about their day. But I went outside the next day in boots, walked to the area at a safe distance, noticed that not only was the snake still there, it was coiled up. And my little memory, now while my memory is bullshit, I do recall part of one of the shows that I watched saying when they coil up, they're usually cradling a set of eggs or making they feel like they found their home. And I said, well, gotta call somebody because you can't stay here and you can't start a family back here. So I reached out to our normal pest control service. They don't do snakes, but they recommended a sister company that does it. The guy came out, confirmed that it was a venomous snake. It was a copperhead. I walked him back there to the location. He was smooth as hell with it. The first thing he said, and I shared the video with the group chat here. If you notice, he approached it. He confirmed that it was indeed a copperhead. He took a step back. He turned around. He's talking to me. He said, "How do I get out of here?" Because I walked him through the house to the backyard. So he's like, "How do I get to the front yard?" So I shared with him that. I said, "I need to go open a fence on the other side. You can come right around." He's like, "I'm not dropping this in your house, right?" And then want to walk it through the house. Thank God. So I went around, opened up the gate for him, and he was just smooth as shit. He picked the snake up. The snake didn't make any violent attacks. It was very lethargic. And the reason why is it was still digesting food. So it may have still been in the process of digesting and was going to make its way to another yard. But because it had been at least or pretty close to 24 hours since the initial sighting, we wanted to get comfortable. So, company, they don't kill snakes. They have a designated area in which they are to release them into the wild so they can continue their whole, the rest of their lives or whatever that they support in this environment. But now I'm worried about what the fuck he ate. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that lump in his belly? That motherfucker now. You know what I'm saying? Why was he able to eat so good in my backyard? And so it was no problem for this gentleman to upsell me on their package. I got my own pest control service. I'm a rude. I am a rude.
Oh,
And that's where I feel like, C Major, you should be here. Like, why are you leaving me? Why are you leaving me to make these type of manly decisions? Our son was away. Like, nobody
was there to be like, this is probably the last time we ever gonna run into this situation.
Yeah, like I feel like Pops would have been like, well, you got the snake. Go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
fuck you mean monthly visits?
Right.
What you gonna do? Lay some. I can find some bait. Like, I can see Pops talking himself out of whatever service this man.
Yeah, because you'll do a snake by snake basis. You know what I mean? If I don't need you for 2 more years, why I'm gonna keep? Yeah.
Nah, he got me. Now, I had to call, and I like our current pest guy. I really like him, but they don't do snakes, so I need this extra super pest control service to come make sure there's no more snakes in my backyard. Totally got rubed. I definitely got rubed out that way, but that was the basis of my weekend for the most part. Still ongoing. I plan on having a nice meal today and relaxing. Work is still work. It's still a lot, but we're making good progress. One thing I will say about work is I'm really, really digging my team. I'm finding out a lot. The more we spend time together and work on this project, my inner team is dope as hell. So it's been really fun learning them and learning their sense of humor. We're all very sarcastic, the three of us, but we're sarcastic in 3 different languages. We represent, 2 of my 2 co-workers are from Asia, so they have a different level of sarcasm, which is hilarious to me. They love my sarcasm, so it's just been really cool. We got to the point where it's so stressful. You ever been on a team and you're like, the work is so mounting and it's so overwhelming that we just like, sure. Hey. You know what I mean? Like, you just
fuck it.
Yeah, at least we have job security. That's where we at right now. So, how's your week, Miss Janelle?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say after the whole meat situation, if you need a co-host for your podcast and you're a little bit more serious, or your brow is a little higher, y'all can hit me up and I'll fuck with y'all instead, because I'm here to do serious work.
That's what you're here to do? That's what you're here to do. Okay.
I'm not here to. Come on now.
I thought you was here for this.
Yes, I am actually here for special joy. My week was. This was the first time I've ever really been angry at work. Because I have a project manager who set up the project wrong in 2023 and is having issues in 2025. And they were asking me for my take on how we fix the issue. And what made me upset is A, I had the answer. And B, I had to give them the answer because them tearing up 2 years ago is affecting us getting paid now.
Okay.
And I make a healthy living, but the project managers on average make about 50 to 75 more than me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, why are they getting paid these?
Right.
And asking me for the answer. So I pretty much was like, yeah, I'm gonna go and probably get these credentials to be a project manager somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got wrestled down by my supervisor, who implored me to stay until my anniversary and that they're going to make it right. And I'm like, hey, man, do what you will. So as of right now, I'm giving them until my anniversary, which is June 13th.
Hey, man. I work with a lot of good project man. I think you have all the chops to be a project manager, first of all. So I encourage you to do that.
My thing is, like, nobody can tell me anything about merit. Nobody can tell me about, oh, I work this hard or I know this much, that's why I make what I make. Because it's very clearly not that.
Mm-hmm.
And then for people to have the audacity, like, you have the audacity to ask me for the answer when you
Yeah.
So that was frustrating. But Saturday, like, because I have a sibling, we split up Mother's Day. So last night I went out, I took my mom out. We had an amazing dinner. Amazing service. Everything was lit. But I had a very awkward moment. I walked in on somebody using the bathroom. And
this At the restaurant?
Yes.
Okay.
This establishment, the bathrooms, when you turn it, it goes from green to red. It goes from vacant to occupied, right? So 3 stalls, 2 of them red saying occupied, 1 of them green saying vacant. The person apparently needed to be in there quickly and just didn't lock up when they... It's a hard moment because this person I'm pretty sure did not want anybody to know they were busting down this bathroom in this establishment.
Oh,
it's just one of them things that, especially dropping a deuce, that's something that you handle privately, and if you have to handle that in public, you kind of want to get in and out unscathed. And I was
you come up with every excuse in the world, like you got to go touch up your makeup, maybe, or you got to go check. Like I'm wearing a patch. Like you got to give an excuse that gives you enough time to go to the stall and bust it down and come back. Yeah.
And so now this poor woman's face is etched in my mind. And
wait a minute. Was it...
She clenched over her thighs. It was like, it was like, ooh. And so it was like and I'm fucked up. I'm trying to close the door quickly because it's just, it was like full doors on the joint. So like the smell was crazy. Everything was happening. And I could just like, so when I closed the door, one of the joints that was occupied, the lady came out and I was like, good. But this chick hauled, like, she finished up. She did not want to be anywhere near that bathroom when I finished and left. I heard the fastest hand washing.
Because she can't let you see no more of her. She's got to make it back to her table.
She did not want to be standing in the restaurant with the click clack of her heels. Like, it was so fucking fast. And I'm sitting there like, in my mind, I'm like, bitch, I don't want to see you either. Like, that was embarrassing for me too. But it was just the speed with which you heard everything transpire after, because her stall was like directly next to mine. So that's why I knew it wasn't one of the other chicks. She was like, I was like, damn.
Yeah. I've been her, so I know. I normally do not have a problem going in public. I'm just one of those, like, if it's destined to happen, it's going to happen. And usually I'm not in, I don't get embarrassed. But if by chance I forget to lock that door, because I've been in some situations where the urgency outweighed the protocols, you know what I'm saying? Like, come in here, do this, lock door. Yeah, nah. Sometimes you gotta go. So whoever it is, we are not shaming you at all.
Not shaming you at all. But the killer was, I was thinking to myself, once I heard her speed out, I was like, I need to find out what shot through her the way.
Right. What did you eat?
Was it here?
Right.
Was it from breakfast? Like,
Oh shit.
but otherwise, it was a great evening.
Good. That's good. Mom enjoyed herself then.
She did
Good.
immensely.
Did you tell her the story? She got a kick out of that, huh? Yo, your mom is dope in that way. Like after that conversation, you can bring that back to the dinner table and be like, yo. Some moms are kind of like really sensitive to that topic at the dinner table, but your mom's is like, guess what I just saw? All right.
Like we were finished eating. We were about to dip, but because I was like, we got about a 45 minute drive back home. Let me just go use the bathroom so it's not an issue. But I said, Ma. She was like, who was it? I said, she's not in our section. So,
disappeared.
She might have been in the whip by the time.
Yeah, she told that nigga check and walked to the car. She said, I'll go get the car. I'll go get it.
But the valet, no, I'll go get the car.
I'll go get the car. I've got to get out of here. For real,
yeah. So that capped our evening.
That was dope. That's dope. I mean, not the situation. The fact that y'all were able to celebrate last night was dope. You just reminded me because we went to breakfast yesterday. Just our normal thing is we go to breakfast every Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
We go to our favorite spot. We get there, it's packed out. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is everybody here? I completely forgot about Mother's Day. So there's never a wait when we go. Thank goodness Gerasmo picked up the phone and kind of checked on our way because it was maybe 15 minutes. So it still wasn't bad.
Right.
But still to see every table filled in there, I wanted to pick another place, but I realized quickly that this is Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of extra families in there, a lot of extra traffic in there, and they did something real cute at that restaurant because it's a kind of low-key brunch spot. So they had a little archway, and they were giving away Polaroid pictures. So they would take a picture of you and the family and put a magnet on the back. So that was kind of cute that they did that. Food is always on point. Very low key spot, indicator that we enjoy. Service was not impeded. Even being that packed, we got our food quick. Everything was quality as always. Because usually I avoid restaurants during the holiday. A holiday like that because something drops, but they didn't drop the ball. Shout out to them, Mom and Gerasmo enjoyed their meal. I enjoyed my meal, but I had to keep my eye open. We sat next to a family that had 2 kids that looked to be under age 6. And the youngest, I'm assuming, is their brother and sister. The little brother still in diapers, but walking, at least walking. And he was chilling. He sat on somebody's lap and ate waffles, and he was contained. Now the 4-year-old big sister, after she ate, she was a little antsy and she needed to get that energy out. And she thought that the best way to do that would be to fuck with us. And it's crazy because us being a black family sitting next to them, we were like, they don't know she's on fuck shit, but we peeped it early, right? Like she's looking at my mom, then she looks at me, and then she wants to get closer to my mom, or she wants to come to our table. And right at the nick of time, one of them would grab her and say, hey, come sit over here. Leave the nice people alone. They want to eat their meal. And then she sat on it. So we were sat where one side of the table was on a shared bench with other tables, and the other side had individual chairs. Mom was in the chair. I was on the bench with Gerasmo, and their family was sitting to my left. and she decided to join the young lady in their section, in their party, and sit on the bench, which meant she would be in between the two tables. And she decided to stretch her legs out with her feet extended my way.
Mm.
Now, let me tell you, Gerasmo was ready to grab her ankles and hang her upside down. Because Gerasmo don't fuck with nobody else kids. He really don't. And again, like I said, we peeped the fuck shit because she kept looking and smiling. And I told Gerasmo the best thing to do with kids that are on fuck shit like that is to not give them attention.
Mm-hmm. That's what they in it for.
Yeah. So I never made eye contact with her at all. I just never gave her a look like I was down to play. I never gave her a look like it was okay for her to get close to me. That's how I fend that off. Gerasmo, on the other hand, was like, don't you think about it. And her feet squeaked back up.
Tuck that shit back in.
She tucked that shit in so quick. And whoever, I think it was her aunt or maybe her grandmother, had grabbed her up and was like, all right, let's go for a walk. You're like, yeah, take her for a walk in the rain. Something. Like,
Yeah.
Get her out of here. And so when they did that, the little boy is now done eating. We get our food and he gets closer to me. But he's not on fuck shit though, Miss Janelle. He's just looking and he don't care nothing about me. He's looking at my waffle because his family told him it was all gone.
And that's clearly not the case.
That's clearly a waffle sitting on their table. So he looks at my waffle. He looks back at his grandmother's like, y'all lied to me. There's more waffles. What are you talking about? And I said, dude, I looked at him. I am hungry. We're going to fight for this waffle. I'm sorry. You can't have this waffle. But
I'll fight a toddler.
I will fight. I will beat you while I'm eating the waffle. But he was chill. He just smiled and he was real cool. But his older sister, she was on fuck shit. Yeah, for real. But yeah, we had a good breakfast and made our way back. They went and ran some errands and now we're here. But I'm glad you mentioned the restaurant thing because I did want to talk about the little kids there. Dang, see, Major must really trying to kill time, man. Good grief, dude.
Like, this nigga's not okay.
No.
Let me just say, the recipe for this morning's French toast called for heavy whipping cream, and it was heavily whipping my ass.
You missed Miss Janelle's. You missed how our weeks went. Are you okay to talk about your week? Or you need some time to gather yourself? You okay?
Fuck everything that happened with my week. I made it through the past 10-15 minutes. But nah, my week as the what was that? That was on the producer's portion, but my week went amazing. Me and Lisa went ahead and tied the knot officially.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's official as possible. We still got to bring some paperwork to get signed, but a mini ceremony and rings were exchanged, and then we just got to drop it off to the people so they can know we ain't playing. And then but yeah, that was like the major highlight of it. It was opposite explaining to actually to use there explain to Ma too. Like it was the ride over, we were like playing certain music, and we ended up touching upon a certain song that meant a lot to our parents. And Lisa started suckering up. She's like, "Oh, you gave me my first stable parents."
Oh, girl,
girl. First and foremost, you keep telling you call pops like the pops that you knew and fell in love with. That's a different. Now, granted, you might have loved him more. Who knows? But you got a watered down version. But so yeah, like that was the highlight. Shout out to I was down on my money earlier in the week. Shout out to cousin Mitch the barber, let me get my hair cut and pay them later. I just gotta shout out to those who take care of you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Get me out of the jam. Like I tell them every time, like, yo, Lisa be talking to me different when the when the lineup ain't. Your baby can't wake up in the middle of the night and your haircut also fucked up too. Like wake up mad at both the things she laying beside, nigga. Like
Something gotta give.
Yeah, we gotta stay cute. We do too much fuck shit.
No, too much.
We gotta stay cute. I check in with Gerasmo all the time. Yeah, is it time for a haircut? What you want me to do? What you want me to do? I'll get my locks back. What you want? I'll get my locks back.
Yo, that's some real shit, young. Like, never mind. I'm about to...
No, please.
Oh, for real.
We could go.
Nah, like, because I touched a little bit on, me and Blue Hayes situation and where we were working through. I'm gonna say 88% of why it worked out in the end, because he stayed fine. Like, if you weren't fine.
You came through groomed up properly.
If your beard was not glistening right now, this whole thing would go different.
You got an outfit in your closet that makes things right, Miss Janelle.
Yeah.
We all do it.
Yeah.
We all do it. We got a look. We got a scent. We got a something.
Like, I was tripping. Let me put the let me jump into this.
Yeah.
And go talk sweet to him.
This very shirt probably looks normal now. It's a part of an ensemble that gets me, that at least ensures that we can make it through another rent cycle. Like, like I got another 30 days.
You're right. All I asked for was another 30 days.
I could work it out from there.
We could piece this shit together. I was telling Miss Janelle how the work schedule has put a strain on our relationship because she's not getting the best representation of me when I get home. And I'm just like, to your point, Major, like, I got to piece together. Like, how do I get to another 30 days? Because I know I ain't been my best self. And like even if I ain't going nowhere, I get up and I do my hair and I'll put on a sweatshirt that I know she likes, something that I know gets it done.
Yep.
So,
nigga, what was that? Friday night? Nigga, I was just fly as fuck in the house.
That's what I'm saying.
Fully dressed. Chains, shoes, all that shit.
You put your chains on?
Nigga, I'm looking stupid in the house. She's like, where are you going? This is real shit. Because initially, the backstory initially we were going to do something to, just like celebrate and everything, but we old, fuck it. Grandma watching the baby, that's good enough.
Right.
I was like, I'm still going to put this shit on to go to the liquor store and come back home.
That's real shit. Yeah, that is real shit. Sometimes I think I hit the door and I said, oh shit, we ain't thought about dinner or nothing. And I just, to your point, like let's just hey, I got this good outfit on, I ain't wasting it. Instead of going to a fancy restaurant, let's just hit this little tavern up.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so yeah, like that's pretty much just my week. Like Friday, we kicked it in and just had a good amount of time. Grandma watched baby girl, so we can kick it, chill, get to enjoy our new bond, and we even had some good conversations as far as like what we want from each other, what we expect from each other. I told her dinner, so again, working on another 30-day lease. Because I just can't control myself sometimes. I just say the wrong things. So now probably in the middle of this, I might get a text in the middle like, nigga, go pick up some crabs. And I got to leave, y'all. So, yeah, that's where we at with it.
I love that because that's real shit. You know, things pop up, things happen that are unexpected. And you got to know what cards to play when those things pop up, you know. So that's good. Hold on just a second. My mom is She don't know how to talk. I'll be right back.
My mom she don't know how to talk. It's crazy.
It's real though. My mom don't know how to talk either. We in the restaurant last night and she talking like it's just me and her. And I'm like, Mommy, when we in the living room, this is fine. But she get hype. And I said, Mom, baby girl, bring it down. Like we in a oh, ma'am.
The waiter's right there.
Please.
He's been asking for your drink order for 6 minutes.
Oh man.
There's no stopping that. It's Mother's Day. If it's coming through the mic, I'm sorry. I just can't. The door's closed. What else do I ask her to do? You know what I'm saying? Like
This where we are.
this is what it is. So did you finish with your week, C Major?
Yeah, I was all wrapped up.
All right. You got a touchy subject for us, Miss Janelle?
Yeah, man. We stand with the Mother's Day theme. Real simple. Like, what are some of your favorite memories with your mom?
Oh, I would have to go, man. The first thing that came to my mind when I heard that was the backseat rides in the car, man. That made my what appears to be my childhood in the backseat synonymous with just about every other young black youth. When we share the music that we heard and the responses we heard, the code switches we would hear from my mother singing the songs if she got a phone call from somebody important in the car, to us singing Deborah Cox out, and really neither one of us has gone through that hurt, at least her, not in a long time. And so like we shouldn't be singing as hard as we are, but nobody's supposed to be here.
Right.
So, and you know, just why every young black nigga likes When I See You from Fantasia. Like that was the first thing. That's one of the most fond memories. The second thing really is for me, it would be the times where I was in trouble, but she would still let me get up beside her and we watch Lifetime together. Absolutely could not stand the product that was on the TV, but it was TV. And it was also memories that we enjoyed. And then I guess lastly would be we used to go hard for Chris Tucker movies too. Back in the day. So
y'all had that, yeah.
Yeah, we still got quotables that we go to this day.
For me, I have to be somewhat honest in a lot of the young adult. Let me go back. First of all, I have to remember. That's
wow. I'm so sorry, Grease.
I know, yeah, my memory is janky, but the things that. Can you repeat the question? First of all, let me remember what the question is.
What are some of your favorite memories with your mom?
Okay, some of my favorite memories. This kind of predates C Major and maybe a little bit of Teen Boo. She might have some memory of this. We used to go. The breakfast thing is not new. We used to go to breakfast a lot when I was a kid, and unbeknownst to me, they was running out on the check. So I found this out later. we would be at the IHOP somewhere in Prince George's County. I'm not gonna give the exact location. And have big meal omelets, all types of shit be at the table, yeah.
Table looking like a feast.
Oh man! And unbeknownst to me, we just walked out. I love that finding out the hood shit that we used to do that I wasn't aware of. I love that, and like finding that out as an adult because they kept that low. They kept it super low, and finding out that mom was spearheading that shit is even more hilarious. Yeah, if you meet my mom today, you would never think she was this. Like in her yearbook, they called her Gangsta T, and I slowly am starting to realize where that name came from. Right, so she's been sharing and opening up with me she'll be like, remember this, and this, and I'm like, yeah, I have a great memory of that, and she'll tell me something savage about it.
Tell you the
that I
dark
didn't-
side.
It's been amazing. I have to say, a lot of my great memories have to do with my childhood, but then finding out the additional context, and it just makes that memory even better now. So that's one example. I can't tell you. Look, I don't know what the statute of limitations of some of that shit is, so I can't tell you everything. But we had a good time, and just
That's hilarious.
reiterated the fact that she would, like, if you think about it, she was what, 19, 20 fucking with me, like.
Some shit bound to get stolen. At some point, somebody's not getting paid for this shit that you
21,
need.
22, fucking around with a kid. Hell yeah, I'm walking out. Yeah, it was dope. It was dope just hearing those stories and getting more context. Or she'll, I think a lot of my memories around Mom, we were talking about this yesterday, actually, was around her cooking for everybody and me just watching her in her mode. C Major, remember she just hosts the big event.
Yeah.
Watching her in those modes, I was just amazed because I don't have the energy. We just talked about how I need to season the meat for 2 days.
Yo,
because I need the rest.
yo, me and Lisa I was just talking about, yo, I wanted to do the cookout like that we normally do around Pop's B-Day, Memorial Day weekend. Then I said they got quiet for 2 seconds. So I was like, fuck all them niggas. I'm not working now.
Yeah.
Like, that shit, yeah.
Seems like it's a great, like when you think about the event and you think about all the great memories you have from it, it's like, yeah, I want to do that, but I don't have the. Mine has a different tank. You know, she running off something else.
Yeah.
She doesn't really drink. She doesn't smoke weed. Like, I don't know what energy, what she's pulling from to get through those type of.
I'd be damned if she continued to tell me it's Pepsi. I'd be damned.
You say the jig is up on that?
Jig is up on that.
It ain't caffeine. It's Coke. It's we know what it is, C Major. There's some speed. It's something going on.
It's a prescription we don't know about.
Yeah,
but we know about it.
When she sent us the list of her latest prescriptions, we really got to look at it. We got to drill in to see what's really operating that battery. But it's
shit.
Yeah, that's dope. How about you, Miss Janelle?
One of my favorite memories is, like, I think I might have been. Me and my brother were preteen, and my mom always was an amazing cook. But the thing about her with pancakes was she would just throw the batter in there. She wasn't interested in making them round at any point. So the batter get in there, and you just get a stack of whatever.
Organic state pancakes. I like that.
Triangles.
Yeah. However they ended up in there, when she slapped the spoon in there, that's just what it was.
For sure.
So she had this homegirl. She had this homegirl who came by to our house one weekend, and she's like, well, let me cook for y'all, you know. And she was making these perfectly round pancakes, right? And so me and my brother took it upon ourselves. We was like, oh yeah, we gonna get on Mom. We gonna roast. My mom said, I bet. My mom did not make another pancake in that bitch. Until, y'all gotta understand, me and my brother were both preteens when we was on that bullshit. My brother's 30th birthday. My brother's 30th birthday, she finally said, come over for breakfast. And she made us some of her pancakes, and we ate them bitches like, yo, number one, they was always good. They always tasted amazing. Always crispy on the edges, fluffy. We let her slap that batter in that pan. I tell you, those are the best goddamn pancakes. Because that lady was not bullshitting with us.
They not
funny.
round.
Okay. Won't bring them bitches round here no more. Fuck you talking about.
But my mom, she stands on business though. and we learned that quickly. Another one of my favorite memories is more recent. We were in Aruba, and I remember we get to the spot, and it's the zip line shit, and I'm looking at the tower. I'm chopping it up with Major. I'm like, yo, you gonna do this shit? Yo, that tower look crazy. That's a lot of steps to get up. By the time I'm trying to rationalize with Major, I see moms getting hitched up.
Because what y'all waiting on?
What the fuck is we
What y'all
talking
thinking about? I just what y'all? What are y'all discussing?
She said, "I'm gonna let y'all talk y'all shit over there." I'm getting harnessed up, and in that moment, my brain said, "I know damn well this woman is not about to zip line before I do." So I jumped in the harness. Whatever I was thinking about, I was like, "Fuck all that." We're not gonna go home from this vacation. And at the time, she was in her late 60s. She's in her 70s now. But I'm like, this woman is not about to outdo me. Oh, this motherfucker. She did it first, but I did do it.
Yeah.
But she killed all the going back and forth. She was just like, oh, y'all over there bitching and bullshitting.
We ain't walk over here for nothing.
Yeah. Go ahead, get zipped
We
down.
knew we had to climb something. What are y'all talking about?
I think we're getting to the height.
Right.
And one of the lasting memories is that like she and I were always night owls. We would stay up really late. And I could come in there and ask her the most obscure question, and she would just talk to me. Sometimes till 2-3 in the morning, we'd just be chopping it up. And that was the thing. She always was willing to give me the answer, find the answer with me, talk through the answer when there wasn't a clear one. Yeah, man, it's that's the stuff that'll always stick with me. That I can come in there and just ask her something about the universe, and she'd be like, "Well, let's dig deeper into that." And
that's dope. That's
yeah.
dope as hell. Do you find it difficult to find the perfect card for your mother sometimes? Because I feel like there's very generic depictions of what a mother and grandmother are supposed to be, and my mother and grandmother don't fit the generic mold.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for me to find a grandmother like card a lot of the times because they lead with grandma, you baked such and such, or when you it's like
the real
not my
nigga grandma is not represented at all. In that space. Yeah, my grandma was the realest. Like that, I need a card that says, "Grandma, you were the realist."
Exactly. And like it didn't fit either one of my grandmothers. Really.
Yeah.
Like it was just like this generic depiction of what a grandmother is that you saw on TV, in sitcoms and shit. They would come by, talk a little shit about your dad, and then but leave like baked goods or a sweater they knitted or some shit like that. I'm like, neither one of my grandmothers were like this at all. They showed their love and guidance in different ways. And it was always, and to this day, still difficult to find the right card for them. I need a card that says, "Grandma, you was dope as fuck," or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, when you was talking that shit, you was talking that shit.
Right.
I remember my
grandma, thank you for taking me on that gambling trip with you to Canada and showing me Niagara Falls during the day and then going to the casino at night. Like making sure I was tucked in, and then you went to hit the slots up with your girls. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a card like that.
My grandma was like 96. And I was talking to her, and she was like, "Where's your little boyfriend?" Talking about Blue Haze, my little boyfriend. And, I said, "Well, he's there. He's taking care of my cat. He got a key to your place." I said, "Yeah, Grandma." She said, "Well, that's stupid." Word, Grandma.
No bullshit.
You damn right. You actually very right because he never
Yeah.
gave me that key.
It was over. She had a word for you. You wasn't paying attention. She had a word.
He's like, you finna get caught up. Okay.
Mhm. She was right. She was right. That's good shit. That's good shit. Let me see. We got some John news. You
Just
did.
a
You
couple
did post a
stories.
couple of things in there. I'm not going to share my screen. I'm going to try to just jump right into it. We have one of the world's most famous actors went to the Met Gala, and I think his fans were upset that the U.S. reporters that were on I don't know if it's a red carpet or whatever, were not recognizing just how important he was. Is that what it is? Okay, let me get to the story real quick. One of the world's most famous actors went to the Met Gala. Interviews appeared not to know him. It was a big moment for South Asian and Indian fans as at the Met Gala on May 5th as the blue carpet rolled out. So I knew it wasn't a red carpet. The blue carpet rolled out across the steps of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. And one of the biggest stars in the world was expected to make his debut at what is perhaps one of the most coveted events of the social calendar. Shah Rukh Khan, fondly known as King Khan to his fans, was announced to make his Met Gala debut this year with renowned Indian designer I'm butchering his name. Sabyasachi Mukherjee, I think is the name. Khan donned an all-black outfit that featured a floor-length elongated coat in Tasmanian superfine wool with monogrammed Japanese horn buttons paired with a crepe de chine silk shirt and tailored superfine wool trousers, according to the designer. Dozens of fans lined up outside the Mandarin Hotel on NYC's Upper West Side, about 2 miles from the event venue, to catch a glimpse of him and perhaps even get a selfie. However, the mood quickly turned sour for some when fans realized the media appeared to have little to no knowledge of him. And you said this irritated you, Miss Chanel.
It did. Because it was all anti-blackness. Number one, Ego Wodum from SNL and Tiana Taylor were interviewing him. Now, number one, they're not reporters or interviewers; they're stars in their own right. But number two, the lie struck me because nothing about it suggested that they didn't know who he was. Not only did they know who he was and pronounce his name correctly, acknowledge that he was one of the largest Bollywood stars and movie stars ever, and that he was making history being the first Bollywood actor invited to the Met Gala. What pissed me off was that this conversation came up because I guess people felt like they didn't sweat him enough. And that's not what this was about. And his fucking designer, Sabyasachi or whatever, was an asshole. Disrespected the theme entirely. Basically was like, I'm dressing the biggest star in the world, so I don't have to follow the theme. I'm gonna do what he normally does. And the fact that this conversation was even given energy on the first Met Gala that was focusing on Black dandyism and the impact that Black fashion has always had. So it got derailed again by another subset of non-white people who didn't like that it was about Black folks. And that's what pissed me off about this. And don't come under the guise of they don't appear to know who he is. They knew exactly who he was. You just didn't like that they weren't on his nuts.
Yeah, he looks more like a vampire than than what dandyism represents to me, at least.
Exactly. Well, it's because his designer did not have any respect for the theme. Didn't care what the theme was.
Okay.
And it's like, you know what? This don't even need to be a conversation. And don't sprinkle bullshit around the conversation to try to cover your anti-blackness.
Yeah, no bueno at all. Um, I see some great looks though, and I have to admit I did not understand fully the theme. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be very honest about it. I didn't quite understand it, but when I saw certain people, I was like, oh shit, oh okay, I feel that right. So
Mhm.
Tiana Taylor, I thought looked flawless. Cardi looked flawless. Um, is Domingo? What's his? I can't remember
Coleman
the first.
Domingo.
Coleman Domingo looked flawless. ASAP Rocky looked amazing. So when I saw those styles, I was like, "Oh, okay." I kind of get like zoot suity type shit.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
it was real nice, but this,
Janelle Monáe shit was
Janelle
fire.
oh
Monáe,
gosh,
that shit was fire.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was dope. That was dope. But this,
Rihanna's look was fire.
Hmm.
Zendaya's look, yeah, it was, but that red, white, and black on Janelle was, yeah,
you think about dandyism, that's not what I'm thinking.
no,
No, this looks like Interview with a Vampire type shit. No, seriously, this, yeah, this is more Interview with a Vampire. Like the Kane, you could kind of say, but no,
Mhm.
not even. So yeah, I think like you said, Miss Janelle, that's just a bunch of bullshit for real. So get over yourselves. You put another story in here about Smokey
yeah,
Robinson. This is upsetting to me because the older he gets, the more freaky he gets in his lyrics, and this is upsetting. So let me
yeah,
go ahead and read the story real quick. Um, Smokey Robinson accused of sexual assault by 4 women. 4 anonymous housekeepers are suing Motown legend Smokey Robinson for $50 million, accusing him of sexual assault. A complaint filed in Los Angeles Superior accuses the 85-year-old of sexual battery, false imprisonment, negligence, and gender violence, in addition to a number of labor violations related to wages, breaks, meal times, and overtime pay. The lawsuit also names Robinson's wife, Frances Robinson, claiming she contributed to a hostile work environment and used ethnically pejorative words and language. Representatives of the Robinsons did not immediately respond to requests for comment, and the accusations, excuse me, the accusations could not be independently verified. So this is all alleged. But Robinson was Motown's first. They're going to go into the history. Don't need all that. Um, I think that's just the summary, right? They don't have too many details beyond that. Let's see. As low wage women in vulnerable positions, they lack the resources and options necessary to protect themselves from sexual assault. Okay, here it is. Robinson's reputation and stature was an intimidating factor for his accusers, who were made to feel powerless, their lawyer said at a press conference in Los Angeles. They're Hispanic women who were employed by the Robinsons, earning below minimum wage, said John Harris. As low wage women in vulnerable positions, they lack the resources and options necessary to protect themselves from sexual assaults. The women are suing under the pseudonyms Jane Doe 1, 2, 3, and 4 due to the sexual misconduct allegations, including rape, being leveled against the musician. There 3 are former housekeepers, and 1 was the singer's personal assistant, cook, and hairdresser, according to the court documents. So Smokey was allegedly wild out here, and his wife.
hey man, you can't drop an album called Gasms and and think that people not gonna be looking at you.
You really could have stopped it. You can't stop. Drop an album called Gasms. You didn't have to develop after that, but all right.
Yeah, gasms is enough. gotta let the rest of the O out. Right? My goodness. Good luck to the young lady, to the Jane Does. I really do hope that they get if this is a I don't even know how to say this right.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Hope justice is served.
There you go. Justice is served. Man, do we cancel Smokey?
I
What-
canceled Smokey when he dropped that gangbanging video. So
So no more cruising for you. You cruising is out of your catalog.
I got D'Angelo's version.
That's a lot of
Because
Smokey.
we can't like he wrote too many songs.
Smokey
He wrote
penned
too
a
many.
lot.
So hey
This
man.
is you know, this is kind of like a R. Kelly type thing because you deal with his songs. You know, if you want to cancel, you don't listen to Smokey songs, which I'm gonna have a hard time with because I grew up with an old daddy, and that was
Yo,
the soundtrack to my life. You know,
Sorry, Ebony Eyes just can't go nowhere.
yeah,
Yeah, man. And that's two wild niggas now. Now you
That's
was
true.
like you was like Rick James was a wild nigga, but Ebony Eyes was the shit. Now you got two wild niggas on the cut.
yeah, like it's a lot
But
for
wind in your
Generation
hair,
X.
sun on your skin can't go. We gotta keep that.
It goes somewhere else. Oh, oh
Yeah,
man, I didn't even
man.
think about that. You got two wild niggas on the track.
Talking reckless. You don't know what the fuck they really talking about.
Yeah, you have no idea what that song means now.
Ebony Eyes got a whole new meaning. Black Eyes? What the fuck?
What the fuck are you talking about? I like my favorite Smokey song is Tears of a Cloud. That shit hit different now that these allegations are out. Yeah. Like, what do you mean? All the songs he wrote for the Temptation. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a lot. It's a lot. It was bad enough when we found out how nasty James Brown, but these niggas was nasty back in the day.
These niggas was trash.
Holy shit. Between that, who was it? Sam Cooke and Bobby Womack.
Womack.
And God damn, it was some trash niggas back then. Taking
Yeah,
niggas'
man.
wives and wearing your suit to the funeral is crazy.
Yo,
Crazy.
Jackie Wilson was a wild nigga.
Yep.
Patty LaBelle spoke on him. Like, all
They was all wild.
what you gonna do, man?
And they was some
But-
hating shit. They was hating ass niggas too.
Haters, yo.
Marvin
They
Gaye,
got
another one.
scandalous.
Like when I start hearing the stories come out about Marvin Gaye, I'm like, God damn, I
Yeah,
thought he was the
man.
romance man. No, he was beating bitches. Like,
Yeah,
God damn.
man.
How you beat a bitch singing? I just don't.
Where do you pull that from? 'Cause it doesn't come. You're not singing that from the heart.
Like, you sang Distant Lover with such a longing and just
No.
it's hard to reconcile that with you beating on Tammy Terrell. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tough. It's tough to reconcile.
Niggas just be fiends. That's why I'm convinced. Because crackheads can sing. So
Yeah, you're right.
niggas
are
just be out here
absolutely right.
fiends. That's all it is.
You're right. The right crackhead could get a couple dollars out of me. I ain't even gonna hold
Yo.
you.
The right crackhead.
On the block? When's the last time you been downtown DC and the crackhead is set up and is dancing, doing this thing? I give him a couple of dollars. I'm like, whatever, that was talent.
Yo.
No matter how it's fueled, it's talent. You know what I'm saying?
No matter how it's fueled.
Whatever's fueling it, I don't give a fuck. But that's talent right there. You hitting them notes, bro. So here's 20. It's a dude not too far from my job now that he came close to getting 25 off me. I gotta run past the ATM. He be busy on that block. Yeah.
I can't give. I don't even tip my nigga. My nigga is a faithful nigga at 7-Eleven that holds and open doors. I don't tip him. I found out this nigga got weekends off. I was like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
I started because I normally don't stop there on the weekends, but on my Saturday I started stopping there like consecutively. I was like, this nigga ain't here. I was like, let me find out.
How come
Yeah.
nobody's opening my door?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. This
Wait a minute,
fiend
he's
takes the
off?
weekends
This
off?
nigga got
Shit.
this
You
nigga
got
got
vacation time?
leave.
Yeah.
He gotta leave. It's crazy.
I love it. I love it. All right, that's all we had, Ja News. Let Let me see what happens because the Instagram streets, I did stumble across a couple of things. Let me just see what's going on in social media real quick. What was happening this week that I thought was interesting. Might not be a lot, but it might be something in here that I thought was pretty dope. Oh, I gotta send y'all next week. We're gonna review a different version of SWV's Week. The song.
Okay.
I recently stumbled across a clip, and it might be old. It looks like it might be old, so I'll run it past y'all real quick before the show next week. I got more clips of Mary J. Blige not giving a fuck on the concert. There's another clip of it of Jaden Daniels' mom just being everywhere, and just more of the same behavior there.
Somebody gotta come scoop her up. She need one of them old silver fox ass niggas.
Yeah, like who do we trust though? Which uncle do we trust?
And it got to be in the sports world too, because that's gonna be rough.
Which older cousin do we trust to come? You know,
why don't she just put the steel drawers on them, like the little what they call it, the chastity
drawers?
belt? Yeah, just put the lockup drawers on them, and like
she popped up
this is
at
looking
the club
bad.
with him. Yeah, it looked bananas. Yeah,
At the club is crazy.
yeah, she was at the club. It was
Granted,
crazy.
she's not she looks amazing, but
Oh yeah, but going to the club with son is kind of
Give him the steel drawers. That's it, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm seeing a lot of clips of the percolator this week too, or the past.
Because of the Pope.
The Pope being from Chicago with Creole heritage. And Bama's mixing in the percolator is crazy. But beyond all that, I'm seeing a lot of different versions of what the percolator dance is. And we might need to discuss that on a future episode. Because I'm seeing representations of the dance where I'm like, if that was the acceptable dance, maybe my back wouldn't hurt. Maybe my knees wouldn't crack as much as they do, because I know what it was in the DMV. I know the dance we did in the DMV, and it didn't look like some of the shit I'm seeing sliding across my timeline. Like y'all was getting away with some shit. Y'all not jumping enough. Y'all cardio not being exerted. Y'all breathing fine. Y'all singing the words. We couldn't sing the words and percolate.
Hey man, when I saw what they did to the Running Man, I knew we can't expect the real no more.
Not at all. I think that's it. That's all I got from the Instagram, from the social media streets. Not a lot going on. Hey, happy Mother's Day, Miss Janelle. Happy Mother's Day to myself.
I'm the most unmother.
Happy Mother's Day to you, Miss Janelle.
You play a role, man. You play a role. Happy Mother's Day to Lisa. Please extend. I already talked to her, but please just let her know we wishing her another happy Mother's Day. This is the first one. Baby girl was on the phone rapping.
Let it loose.
Yeah, she was rapping. But good shit this week. Anything else that we need to touch on that we need to do before I hit the grill?
I just want to say real quick on the community tip, utilize your state and national parks.
Yes.
Get outside with your people. Use these areas so that your state and your local area, your municipality knows that these areas are being used, so that they continue to maintain them before our federal government decides to sell these areas to developers. But in your state parks, let your governors, your mayors know that y'all use these spaces. Tell them to keep them clean, keep them for the community. And that's something that you can do to push back against this agenda to take more things away from us.
Where else is our youth gonna smoke? We need this. You gotta keep them safe, man.
Or walk their dogs, or take like leisurely walks and ride their bikes
Have
and
family reunions.
yeah,
Cook
Sure.
out.
I've done all
sit
of
by
that.
the lake, fish, other activities you could do at the park. C major. But to your point, yes. Yeah. It'd be nice to keep those parks around. I know where I am, our county does a really good job of keeping all the parks clean and safe because they get used. So
Yep.
to Miss Janelle's point, use your parks, make them, and that will make them take care of it.
Yep.
Definitely. Awesome. Thank you all. Thank you for hopping on. I was hoping everybody was available, but y'all are a great team. I'm sure. I wasn't sure what y'all were doing for Mother's Day, and we didn't really talk about it. But I'm glad we were able to do this at our normal recording time. And I feel like today was a good show. I ain't gonna hold you. It was a lot of quality shit. And for our regular viewers, our YouTube folks, that first of all, thank you for checking us out on YouTube. You can share, you can subscribe,
right.
and share. We are at Reals&Feels Pod. That's RealsNFeelspod on YouTube. Share it out with your friends. For our producers, you got an extra treat. I don't think we've ever approached R&B in that way. So enjoy that.
Please.
Yeah. And for those YouTubers that aren't part of the, you can definitely find our account at Reals&Feels on Patreon if you want to get an extra 30 to 40. Sometimes we give an extra hour to the Patreon folks. So you can subscribe there. It's $5 a month. It's not a lot, but it does help us keep this thing going and help subsidize some of the costs that we endure in providing this content to you on a weekly basis. So thank you to all of our producers who continue to support us. We really do appreciate it. And thank you to the YouTube folks, and thank you to the audio folks. Blue Haze is working his ass off, making sure that audio is crisp and clean and clear for you. So definitely we appreciate Blue Haze, and we appreciate you for taking a listen. As always, you can find us on Instagram at T-Greasy, at Reals&Feels, on TikTok at T-Greasy. And I haven't really been on X or anything like that in a while. So those are the two main places that you'll find some content from us. Miss Janelle, C Major.
You can find me. I mean, you won't find me on X. More than likely, I'll find you because I still be on there, but I don't be posting shit. So if you want me to see you, you can follow me on X at C Major PUACEE. I'm on IG as C Major, TikTok C Major Player.
Look at his hand. Miss Janelle. He can't help it.
The most.
I'm chilling.
Doing the most.
I'm happy for you, bro. I really am.
Hey, Major, you still on X for the porn?
Low key, it's still some quiet. Well, low key to see where I need to go. Like if I see somebody who's an OnlyFans star drop, there's another site that I go to that be ripping videos off there. So just to see, all right, okay, I can go ahead and bookmark something real quick. There was a page that I used to follow that had quality length and videos, but I think they got taken off. So it's a battle. It's an uphill battle.
Holy smokes. Miss Janelle, where can the people find you?
Hey, man.
And how do you find porn?
Hey. Hey, I'm old school with it. That's all
VHS, baby. Never have to find it because you have it already.
That shit is engraved, literally.
Never got to search.
I just always feel like somebody's going to take a look at my search history. That's why I don't want to. Either way, I have an Instagram account. I'm devious dose there. I might log back in this year.
Oh, okay.
Not sure.
All right.
TikTok. I'm Janelle Drake for it. It's real simple, but I'm not gonna say anything to you.
All right. Maybe I should cut that out. Not,
No.
I won't ask that anymore.
It's just, I'm not in the social media streets.
Yeah.
We skew older, and I think that's part of why, it's not that serious for me. But I guess maybe I should share things
I
on
mean,
social media.
it's up to you, Miss Janelle.
It'll probably help. But
I'll think about this question for next time and figure out the best way to, because I'm with you. Like I might check in twice a week to see what's going on, but as far as posting, is usually content around our show, so that's what it is.
And I'll repost those.
Yeah. By the time
get at me on Call of Duty, I'm always on there, and I can let you down. I'm consistently there to let you down. We can chat, we can play, we can lose. It doesn't matter.
Basketball season is about to be over, so I'll probably be on Madden coming real soon. And I didn't get into it. We didn't get into it too much, and we haven't been into it too much on the show, but I did make sure to send C Major a little comment regarding the series for Golden State Warriors and Houston, just to remind him of who Steph was. Because I think with Steph getting older,
that nigga, like, fuck that. That nigga had to fuck, like, I feel like he was on that same shit just to remind Houston of who I am.
Just to remind, because
now I can let my hamstring go.
I feel like he was not about to let y'all win. Like, he just had something against Houston.
Yo, fuck him. Fuck him. Like, I remember I used to be like, fuck Kobe, because he used to always be bouncing us out of the playoffs and shit. But no, fuck him.
Yeah.
It
was vindictive. It was nasty. It looked nasty from my outside. I was like, he really don't like Houston. Because if I'm Steph's age and I've got the rings, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I know clearly we're not going to the ship.
We're not going to the championship. There's no need for us to. I could have told my wife to book the trip early, because there's no need for us to do this. But nah, he got something against y'all for some reason. Yeah. So, and like you said, just to turn around and be hurt, he just ain't want y'all going.
Hamstring hanging on by a fucking thread. I know that shit was fucked up in our series.
Hey man, he took the shot and went out there. But I am keeping a close eye on that as well as hockey. You know, I'm not a huge hockey fan, but I do root for the Capitals, and Ovi is getting a lot of love. And I think this might be. I'm hoping he could go out on top. That would be awesome for them.
That would be amazing.
Oh man, that would be so dope. It was great to see them bring my man to the what's his name? Who bands that make her dance? What's his name?
Juicy J. Yeah.
They had Juicy J in the locker room.
Because Ovi apparently loves his song. Loves that song. They sing it every game.
Yeah, they sing it as a hype song before they go out there, which sounds crazy.
Insane.
He got the gold record this year, right? This season.
Yeah. So it's a lot tying in, and Juicy said he just looked up one day and his song was back on the charts. He like, what's going on? You don't follow hockey. So somebody had to tell him, and then they flew him out for one of the games to give a locker room speech. I would have loved to hear the full Juicy J hype speech for hockey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but shout out to them. And have a good rest of the week. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.